Tesla Bot Gen 3 is ready to amaze the world. The new humanoid robot set to be unveiled this November has received 5 major upgrades, becoming faster, smarter, and more autonomous than ever before. Elon Musk is confident that the robot will be able to handle hundreds of new tasks, cook and clean the owner's house independently, take care of kids, and maybe even drive any kind of car. He mentioned this while responding to an X-user who asked, "Will the robot be able to drive cars like a robo-taxi?" But most importantly, Optimus Gen 3 already has what it takes to become the perfect personal assistant, and one of its main strengths is the ability to learn just by watching humans. In other words, the robot's AI already allows it to perform necessary movements and tasks on its own. Imagine showing it how to pick up trash or fold your clothes and it just does it for you, even peeling an egg for your breakfast afterward. To illustrate the point, just check out these moves. Quick, somebody call Dana White. There's a new Kung Fu star in town. Apparently, this is the first ever video showing the robot moving this smoothly without being sped up or remotely controlled by an operator. Everything you see here, including that jump to maintain balance, Optimus did on its own. The headway in software goes on to show Tesla engineers' prowess and quite the capacity for lack of sleep, because the difference between now and Gen 2 is night and day. The developers trained Optimus with end-to-end neural networks similar to those used in the company's autonomous driving systems. This lets the robot process visual data and translate it into movements in real time. Literally, see it and repeat it. You can still tell it's a robot, but the speed, balance, and precision in this video, it's almost human level, right? Let us know in the comments. No wonder that Musk is spitting fire. Quote, "This will be Tesla's most impressive product. It will change people's lives, and it will account for approximately 80% of the company's value in the coming years." Pull up a chair, let's peruse the 411. Remember Rosie from Jetsons? Optimus is one hell of a resemblance. And we don't mean the design, because the final iteration is yet to be revealed. It might have a screen for a face or vice versa, we don't know. What we are talking about is the elimination of any and all trivial or monotonous tasks from our daily. It's possible we're seeing a pre-game version of the robot's hands in the company's most recent shareholder video. Most likely, though, Musk will keep the end design a secret until the very end, in part because he's certain competitors are after it. And boy, are they. Tesla even filed a lawsuit against a former employee over this. Why are hands so important? It kind of helps the credibility, Elon, if you promise a robot is going to do chores and its hands actually deliver, like folding clothes, dusting, even chopping vegetables for a salad. Experts say Optimus Gen 3 has the most incredible hands ever seen on a robot. Case in point, Figure 02. Its arms have 16 degrees of freedom, which is, quite good, and lets it get a bunch of movements and tasks done. Other major competitors like Unitree G1 from China can't hold a candle to Optimus when it comes down to hand multifunctionality. It's in a league of its own. Tesla will have a hand with 22 degrees of freedom, again, in the hand alone, plus an additional 3 degrees of freedom in the wrist and forearm, meaning that robot will have a total of 25 DOFs per hand. Now, which robot do you know that's closer to a human's 27? Let us know in the comments. Optimus now has precise finger movements. It can grasp small items and exert adaptive force on any object, like an egg without crushing it, for example, or heavy boxes without dropping them. Just looking at Gen 3 makes you want to bottle Elon's ambitions. To make sure the robot lives up to the entrepreneur's claims, Tesla engineers completely redesigned the joint mechanics and sensory systems. Each finger has pressure and touch sensors, letting the bot perform delicate operations without external control. It can literally tuck you in if you wriggle the blanket off in your sleep and you wouldn't even notice. The company's developers say the hands were a crucial upgrade in Optimus that let the robot learn movements simply by observing people, no code required. This ability to learn new things just like humans is the second superpower of the third generation. Tesla initially had a very unique approach to learning. The idea is the same as autopilot, a single brain instead of dozens of disconnected modules, just like humans. While most robots perceive, plan, and grasp their surroundings separately, Optimus operates in a single flow: see, understand, do. This method allows it to learn on the fly, adjusting its behavior based on the rate of success. Training is done with video. The robot watches multiple videos of a particular action, initially from a first and from a third-person perspective. The robot then observes how a human moves, then copies it and generalizes from its experience. To avoid wasting time on rare or dangerous situations, engineers generate them and further train the robot in simulation. The first demonstration of this approach was a video of Optimus dancing. All the moves were learned entirely in the simulator and then immediately reproduced in real life, as if you were watching Swan Lake on the couch, then got up and did a flawless cabriole. I've never seen any technology advance as quickly as artificial intelligence. That's from Musk, that called AI a supersonic tsunami. And Grok in this system becomes another layer, like another brick in the wall, where perception and speech are united into behavior. It's funny, many laughed when Musk announced he would transfer his developments in self-driving cars to a robot. Who's laughing now? Sure, there are many differences between a robot taxi and a humanoid, yet Tesla was able to immediately incorporate several things into the robot. First off, the way to process video and construct vector space of the environment. These are equally suitable for both cars and humanoids. The second is data collection and labeling system plus retraining algorithms. All of this has already been tested in autopilot. And thirdly, generating synthetic data based on real-life inputs. This helps further train the robot in simulation. Incidentally, why did Musk choose Kung Fu to demonstrate the robot's progress in training? Opinions were divided. Some thought it was a response to competitors like Unitree that were already organizing robot fights. Others recalled Musk's love of old films and games, seeing a reference to Neo from The Matrix. Which camp do you belong to? Let us know in the comments. Now, modern-day Iron Man expects his robot to be affordable to most households and capable of handling all household chores. Its impressively compact yet powerful batteries fully charge in just 2 hours, giving the robot up to 22 hours to handle business. That's 21 more than my vacuum. Skeptics will skep. However, at the price. While Musk himself has always stated that the robot will cost between 20 and 30 big ones, some critics are certain he won't be able to cross that bridge. They suggest a ballpark of $50,000 to $60,000. Moreover, some experts believe the robot's actual cost is 10 times higher. That makes it $300,000. That's a bit over the top, isn't it? Such a price would immediately narrow the market down to just a handful of companies and would certainly make its mass adoption impossible. But the entrepreneur hopes to achieve large-scale production of the robot, which should help lower the price, envisioning $10,000 per unit at some point in the future. Sounds like squeezing water out of rocks until you realize, hey, that's actually possible. Take Cybertruck, an unusual project at the start that is apparently profitable today. On the other hand, scalability is another trademark of Musk that can't be ignored. While there are doubts about the production capabilities of Figure robots, 1X's Neo, and even Boston Dynamics Atlas, the situation with Tesla is more or less clear. Musk has a canny ability to optimize products and scale production. Tesla has already manufactured cars in the millions and is ready to apply the same magic to a robot. Mass production should make Optimus cheaper and more accessible than any other. So what does Musk already have? The first trump card, no pun intended, is gigafactories. Tesla already produces almost 2 million cars a year. These factories are designed for mass production with foundry presses, batteries, electronics, and final assembly. Musk knows how to turn a bold concept into a mass-produced product, and he's ready to do it with robots. The second advantage is vertical integration. Tesla develops its own batteries, its own FSD computers, and its own circuit boards. This means less dependence on third-party suppliers and the ability to quickly change things up, especially when it comes to design. For example, if a robotic arm requires a redesign, Musk simply organizes it in-house. The third ace up Musk's sleeve is global infrastructure. Tesla has already built a network of suppliers and logistics, training data centers, and its own microchips. Even after the supercomputer Dojo AI shut down, the company maintained its growth and development speed by switching to NVIDIA and Samsung GPUs. Other players can only dream of such a scale. The fourth trump card is experience in reducing the cost of technology. Musk aims to make Optimus relatively affordable with a price of around $30,000 per unit. This is only possible with mass production and strict cost control. And finally, the fifth, data. Millions of Tesla cars train neural networks every day. The same stack that learns to drive a car can be applied to controlling a robot's body with, of course, a few caveats. Ultimately, Musk already has the factories, technology, supplies, scalability skills, and data. So mass production of Optimus isn't a fantasy, but a matter of time. If everything goes according to Musk's plan, Tesla robots will not only work in his own factories, but also in factories around the world, making everyday life more comfortable and enjoyable, which, besides the cooking and cleaning, includes driving your car, doesn't it? Here, experts and robotics enthusiasts are divided. Some are confident that the robot will have no trouble using Tesla's full self-driving dataset to drive non-Tesla vehicles, essentially transferring FSD from the company to Optimus. This means that FSD will be present in any vehicle thanks to the robot. However, Tesla vehicles use cameras located around the body for autonomous driving, while the robot will have cameras only in its head. So, since the autopilot system is primarily based on vision, and the robot can see as well as a human, potentially even better, the possibility of using Optimus as a personal driver in the future cannot be ruled out. Musk is remaining cryptic on this matter for the time being, noting plausibility. We'll see if he says anything about it at the upcoming annual meeting on November the 6th. In any case, Optimus isn't just a robot. It's a part of an automated future the billionaire is building and a vital element of the entire Tesla product ecosystem. Just imagine an electric car in the garage, a Powerwall battery at home, a mega pack for energy storage, branded charging stations, and all managed through a single app. And now, a robot comes into the system. The house itself decides when to turn on the lights and when to go into night mode. The car charges itself so that it doesn't overload the network. All notifications come in through one app, and the robot here is the Nexus, the artificial intelligence controlling the house, and an extra pair of hands that will clean the house, do the laundry, and make sandwiches for your kids for breakfast. The list goes on. You come home and Optimus has already loaded the dishwasher, made coffee, and put on the music you love. Just like a Tesla diner in Hollywood, this is the place where you can charge your electric car, watch a movie on a huge screen, and buy popcorn from Optimus himself. The company released their third quarter statistics, and apparently in the 72 days the diner has been open, it sold about 50,000 hamburgers, or 700 per day. This is quite low by McDonald's standards, where a large drive-through outlet can sell around 2,000 to 3,000 hamburgers per day. But Tesla never intended to build a fast food business. For brand promotional purposes, however, the restaurant is doing quite well. The diner also attracted attention with its design. It's like a dream of the future, but with hints of nostalgia. Boomers will love it. The place resembles a spaceship. Metal, neon, capsule chairs, but not super modern, as if from sci-fi of the 50s and 60s of previous century. What do you think of this design, folks? Let us know in the comments. But back from dream to reality, Musk's grandiose plans are met with a lot of skepticism. We've been promised perfect universal androids for years now, but the recent World Humanoid Robot Games clearly showed that so far, robots have struggled to perform even simple tasks. And that's a good thing. It's good for us to see the boundaries of 2025. And by the way, it's much broader than it was 5 years ago. So why should we believe Musk? Perhaps because he's playing the field he's familiar with. He's already done the impossible once, turned an electric car from toy to mass hype product with batteries and superchargers as the basis of energy infrastructure. He applies the same recipe to robots, not just one spectacular prototype, but a chain. Factory scale, over-the-air upgrades, ecosystems built around it, etc. Incidentally, the head of Tesla recently admitted that a robot is a much more complex product than an electric car, but not as complex as a spaceship. On the other hand, Musk hasn't yet begun adapting robots for use on Mars, as he's repeatedly stated before. The current version of the robot is unlikely to withstand the harsh conditions of space, meaning there's a lot of work to be done before you can ship an Optimus off to the Red Planet. But for now, we can put relocation on hold and dream that one day Optimus will cook us dinner and give us a foot massage after a busy day. What that day will be like is a question in and of itself. After all, mass-producing humanoids is bound to change the way we work. All the heavy and monotonous tasks will go, and we will be forced to engage in intellectual and creative work in collaboration with artificial intelligence, or something else we don't yet know. Because despite constant fears, throughout the years of industrial revolution, machine tools, and then robots, they've never actually managed to take jobs from people. Yes, Some professions have disappeared, but others immediately sprung up. Is it safe to assume that humanity will continue developing the same way as before? Is there anything new under the sun? Let us know in the comments, subscribe to the channel, and check out our socials for more from the world of high tech.